Good afternoon. This is Will Romero, and this is the Random Cast, where random shit is discussed by yours truly. Today is Wednesday, April 2nd, and it is quite a nice day outside. Little cloudy, but I'm digging it. Well, hope you're enjoying the tunes. I am, as usual. I put them here. I didn't create them, obviously, but you knew what I mean. But just listen. It's delectable. Listen to that guitar. Oh yeah, the song is Balloon Motor by the Hose Mobile. Great band from Tennessee. Well, they were a band. Not anymore. You can turn anything into chickens. I love it. But anyways, today I wanted to talk about a dark subject. Death. When it happens, where it happens, you will never know. There was a World War II veteran who said at I think it was the Battle of Iwo Jima, or somewhere in Iwo Jima, he was saying, you didn't worry about dying because you never knew when it was going to happen. And if you did know, there wasn't anything you could do about it anyway. It's a good way to put it. Well, today was my uncle's funeral. I didn't get to go, which is unfortunate. I really wanted to go and, see my family and everything. But, things happen. Work gets in the way, and they're douchebags at my work especially. But I didn't want to talk about a personal matter. I wanted to talk about more of death in general, like how people perceive it. I personally perceive it as maybe something like sort of maybe a gift, but not like, oh, I want to die kind of thing. A lot of people obviously believe in an afterlife or going to heaven or hell or anything like that. I personally don't. I don't believe it, but then again, I don't disregard it as impossible. I mean, if there is a heaven or hell or whatever, or reincarnation, how do we really know? I mean, what way is there to know? And I know you religious freaks like to say, well, I just know God is in my heart every day. He's here for me. Well, I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him, and if I had, I'd be in an asylum right about now. So, you know how that goes. But it's just something interesting to think about. Like, when is your time? Why is it your time? Um, Personally, I don't really believe in like a set thing, or what do you call it? Destiny, I guess, to where like you're supposed to die at a certain time or you're not supposed to. I think shit just happens. Man, some guy going like 120 down the highway and then loses control, kills himself. That's his own fault because he's being an idiot. But an innocent bystander on the opposite side of the highway gets mauled by his car or truck or whatever, and gets killed. You know, that was it just happened. I mean, I don't think that person, his time was up or whatever. I mean, obviously it was up, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that was specifically the time he was meant to go, or she. I think that asshole who was speeding and being reckless just made a really stupid decision. And, stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm talking about. But as far as like the afterlife, I get it. Like, I get the whole notion that people want things to continue. Like like it doesn't end. This is only the beginning of something that's eternal. It's like, I don't get it. Like, why would you want that? Why wouldn't you just want to live life, you know, and make the best of it while you can, Um, a lot of people don't see it that way, which, I don't know, it's kind of sad, It's like, do right by God and, then you'll be able to go to heaven. It's like, why don't you just have fun? Now, here is little light-hearted version of the subject I'm talking about today. And how about we discuss 10 random weird deaths. I figure it's appropriate since I'm on the subject. All right, how about this one? The man who invented the Segway was on a jaunt off of his property, or on his off road version of the Segway, when he went off the road and fell off a cliff. How's that for irony? I mean, the guy invented the Segway and died on a Segway. Not that the Segway killed him, or maybe it did, but the cliff killed him. Actually, the impact from the gravity. You know what I'm getting at. All right, how about Natasha Pettigrew was a Green Party member, and she was set to be the party's candidate for the U.S. Senate. A successful, well-rounded politician. She also aspired to be an accomplished triathlete, and she would train tirelessly in the early hours of the morning. Like any eco-friendly Green Party candidate, she rode her bike whenever she could. Ironically enough, she got mauled by an SUV, and the guy thought she was a deer and just left the body there and took off. That is ironic. Another one happened in 1985 in good old New Orleans. It's New Orleans or New Orleans if you're really retarded. Well, basically, the what do you call it? The city? Was it the city? I guess the city was throwing a party because no one had died on the lifeguards' watch throughout the city, so they decided to have a party, and there was about 100 of them, and somebody died at the pool party that there were 100 lifeguards at. So basically, this guy had almost no chance of death and still died from drowning. What was funny is that nobody found him until after the party was over, so no one knows exactly how long the guy was there. Another one is the psycho body double was killed in a shower. Years later, after the movie, the lady was raped and killed by a man who was obsessed with Psycho's famous shower scene. That's kind of fucking creepy. So be careful what you do with your careers and your movies, because you could end up dead in a shower from some fucking obsessive psychotic dude. Another one was Natalie Wood. On the morning of November 28th, 1981, Wood's body was found floating in Catalina Island Cove. The night before, Wood had been on a nearby yacht with her husband, Robert Wagner, and their friend actor Christopher Walken. The theories are in the aftermath of her death, authorities concluded that Wood had gone a night to take the dinghy to the dock, and she simply slipped into the water and drowned and died. Where the case is today, 30 years later, Wood was classified as a victim of an accidental drowning. However, Wood's case was reopened by the LAPD in 2011. And apparently, someone named Devern says he lied to the investigators during the original investigation, and police have currently said that neither Walken nor Wagner are suspected in the new investigation. Let's see what else. Virginia Rapp, or Rapé. Who was she? Rapp, or Rapé, I think it was a pretty somewhat successful 1920s starlet who attended a Labor Day weekend party celebrating Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle's signing a $1 million contract with Paramount Pictures. And the case that happened was at a raging party. You know how them flappers got down in the 20s. Something like that. Anyways, they were having a hoedown. Arbuckle found her when he went to change clothes, and he and other guests were seen approaching Rappe. A doctor saw Rappe and stated that she was drunk. Rappe continued to be ill at the hotel, but did not make it to the hospital until 3 days later when it was too late for treatment. She died of peritonitis. or a ruptured bladder. Theories. Uh, Bambina Maud Delmont, another party attendee, led the charges against Arbuckle, saying Ruppe had confided in to her that Roscoe hurt me. Tabloids leapt onto the story, with one theory holding that Arbuckle raped Rappe, and his weight, over 300 pounds, caused injuries that led to her death. Very possible. Strange, too. But, like I said, you know how them flappers got down in the 1920s. Oh, how about this? The Black Dahlia. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Black Dahlia case, but in case you are not, and also there's a badass melodic death metal band called the Black Dahlia Murderer that you should check out. They are awesome. But who she was? She was a 22-year-old who worked as a waitress while hoping to make it big in Hollywood. Um, she disappeared on January 9th, 1947. A passerby discovered her body mutilated in a residential section of Los Angeles on January 14th, 1947. The case was that her body was cut in half. Her face had deep gashes. Marks on her wrists indicated she had been tied up and possibly tortured. A lack of blood at the scene meant that she had been killed elsewhere. Any good investigator knows that. Or if you've watched Dexter, which I really haven't, but you know what I'm getting at. Uh, and it was dumped in the vacant lot where she was discovered. The attractive victim and gruesome murder garnered a lot of press and attention. The press later started calling the girl the Black Dahlia, and I didn't say her name. It was her name was Short. That's her last name. I don't know what her first name is. I'm not even gonna get into that. I don't care what her first name is. She died. She was mutilated. That sucks. Let's see what else. Marilyn Monroe. I'm sure you've never heard of this woman before. She was vaguely famous. Um, let's see. Monroe, born Norma Jean Modertson, was a famous actress. Semi-famous. No one knew who she was. Known for her roles in movies such as Some Like It Hot and her relationships with powerful men of the day, from Arthur Miller to Joe DiMaggio to John F. Kennedy. The case is that on August 4th, 1962, the 36-year-old Monroe died in her Brentwood home. Her housekeeper and psychiatrist discovered Monroe naked in bed with an empty bottle of sleeping pills nearby. Now, people think that, there's two theories: that she was either murdered or that she just was kind of a junkie and just took too many pills. Either way, it's possible, I guess. There are rumors and speculations that continue to this day, but there's really no definitive answer about, you know, if if she was killed because of stuff John F. Kennedy might have told her, or if she just took too many and died. All right, what about George Reeves? Let's see, who was he? Reeves was an actor best known for playing Superman in a 1950s TV show. The case is that Reeves died of a gunshot wound to the head on June 16th, 1959. He was in Benedict Canyon home at the time, where his fiancee, uh, Leonore Lemon, and three other guests. Theories are that although ruled a suicide, the fact that the others in the house waited to call the police and that the stray bullet cases were found by the body led some to believe that the bullet cases were actually placed there. Because if you know how a semi-automatic weapon works, you shoot the gun, um, the bullet uh, recoils, causes a slide, and a pistol, at least, to slide back, and the bullet is ejected, thrown quite a bit of ways. Doesn't land right next to you, doesn't fall out of the gun. It is literally ejected with some force. So that's why they thought maybe someone else had killed him. Maybe not. Now here's one that is actually pretty ironic here. In 1989, convicted murderer Michael Anderson Godwin was awaiting the electric chair for the charges bestowed upon him. The universe decided then that U.S. criminal justice system was being a little too slow for it, so as the man was on his metal toilet, a fate horrible enough to, in itself, basically, he tried to fix his television, and to prove exactly how great of a decision maker he was, he decided to bite down on a wire of his television while sitting on the metal toilet. This electrocuted him, making him die and shit himself at the same time, which, if you're going to shit and die, why not do it on the toilet? Because, it's a toilet. So anyways, you gotta go when you gotta go, and you go when you go, because there's no stopping it, I guess. Well, I figured since I'm on this subject, I was going to do something a little bit different, and I was going to basically sing some songs for you. Some songs by Satchmo, Louis Armstrong. But I decided, you know what, I'm going to sing some Satchmo, but I'm going to do it with Cannibal Corpse lyrics and see what happens. And the first song I wanted to do was off the album Hammer Smashed Face, the title track, Hammer Smashed Face. So here goes, Hammer Smashed Face by Louis Armstrong. There's something inside of me, it's coming out. I feel like killing you, let loose of the anger held back too long. My blood runs cold through my anatomy. Dwells another being. Rooted in my cortex, a servant in its bidding, brutally becomes my appetite. This is fucking ridiculous. Violence is now a way of life, the sledge my tool to torture. As it pounds down on your forehead, eyes bulging from the sockets. Anyways, so there's one part of a song. This is ridiculous. Why am I doing this? I'm gonna keep fucking doing it. Alright, let's do another song. This one is called Followed Home Then Killed, off of the latest album, Torture. Alright. Creeping in the shadows of the night, wading through the darkness, a death before the light, blending in with faces of the night, safe at home and comfort, at home is where you'll die. Watching you, knowing your every move, hearing you every single word that you spew. Craving you is what I'm about to do, saving you from the torment of this earth, to be buried for rebirth. Yeah.
Silently I enter through the broken basement window now to wait. It's 12 o'clock, the time has come. Ascended the staircase to the haunted on. Make way to the second floor, right outside your open bedroom door. One last time to sleep in peace, unaware of brutal things that will be done to you after you awake into slow. Machete leads the way. Eerie calm. Death is in the air. Savage thrust. Death is everywhere.
Anyways, that's Louis Armstrong singing Cannibal Corpse songs, death metal, fucking death metal. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So death can be lighthearted, I guess. I mean, when it happens to someone close to you, of course, it's fucking terrible, you know. But what can you do? You can't do anything. I mean, support your family, grieve, you know, do the normal things that you do when someone goes. But yeah, I think I thought of an interesting way to go. So hopefully one day I'll be like super rich, right? Like I'll just have all this money, lots of money to do whatever I want with. So I'll be like, I don't know, say 85, right? So I'll have enough money to where I can have like a helicopter following me everywhere and like documenting everything I do. Just I obviously I know it's there. It's not like the government spying on me. It's like I want them to be there documenting shit. So I'm gonna be up in like I don't know, say Oregon, right? I'll be up in Oregon bear hunting. Just me and like a fucking 44 Magnum pistol, maybe dual wielding 44 Magnum pistols. And I'm bear hunting up on the cliffs near the ocean up in Oregon. And all of a sudden, a bear comes. And it's just like, well, that's Panther. But, I don't know. How does a bear sound? Roar, porridge. I want your porridge. This one's too hot. No, it goes, "Ah!" And then it like fucking startles me, right? Because maybe it comes from like the side or something. And this is all being filmed. So I bust out with my, I get scared, but I bust out with the 44 Magnum. And like I get so startled that, at the age of 85, I start having a heart attack. So maybe I drop the gun and this bear and me start fucking wrestling. And we're like wrestling and rolling around on the ground because I'm like a really strong 85-year-old. And we roll off of the cliff into the ocean because we're near the ocean. I didn't mention this. We're in the woods, near a cliff, near the ocean, and we roll off, and then we fall into the water together. And he hasn't killed me yet. Neither has a heart attack. I'm still fighting. I can't really use my left arm though. So we roll off into the water, and then fucking like a great white shark. I don't even know if they're up on the northwest coast, but a great white shark fucking comes and just like fucking bubbles and like their eyes roll back in their head, and it devours both of us. So in short, I'm going to leave this earth via bear heart shark attack, and that will be my grand exit. And I will leave you with that. And today's subject, although dark, can be lighthearted. So just remember, you may go at any minute, but it doesn't matter because everyone will remember you for who you were. I'm Will Romero. This is the Random Cast signing off episode number 4. Have a great Wednesday and a better Thursday.